All right, not too long ago, I made a video about these easy racks that I use to hold my bikes in the back of my truck, and video includes how I secured them and all those good things. So I'm not going to do that again, but after posting that on several different forums, a lot of folks said, hey, I can't get my bike in the back of the truck. Now in that video, I showed you how I've been getting the bike in the back of my truck. It's pretty simple for me, but I understand that that's still a little more than a lot of people can lift, even though you're not really lifting. So again, look at that video to understand what I'm talking about. But I decided, hey, I'm gonna build a ramp. And maybe I'll like it myself and give folks another idea how they can get this in the back of their truck. Now this is scrap. It's stuff I had laying around. Cost me nothing, but you can certainly go buy this at the big box store if you need to. This bottom board is a fence plank, and by fence plank I mean like this fence out there kind of plank. So it is thin and lightweight and relatively strong, although it will flex just trying to roll a bike up by itself. Probably flex too much. So I had a couple scrap 1x2s laying around. They were used to build something else at some point in time, but I just screwed them to the bottom of this board. So again, you can go buy a fence plank, you can go buy a couple 1x2s, and maybe one day I'll paint this and make it look pretty, but it's functional as is. And then this fence plank I should have started with there maybe, but I just cut it so it is the length of my truck bed, and I've got the super short 5.7 bed. If you had a little bit of a longer one, it would be a little bit less steep. But let's show you how I use that now. Okay, here we are leaning against the truck. You can see I mentioned these 1x2s earlier. They don't go the full length of the board. Again, it was just scrap, something I had that's just reused. So not necessary to be the whole length, but you can certainly make it that way if you're buying the 2x4s or the 1x2s outright. But one thing it does is it gives rigidity to that fence plank, and then it also gives a little track to keep the tire in so your bike's not falling off the side of the board. But before we roll it up, we have to do one more thing. All right, if you've ever bought a ramp for an ATV or a golf cart or something to get into the back of a truck, they always come with a tie down, because if you don't and you're rolling up, sure enough, you're going to knock this thing to the side one time and it's going to fall off. So we need a tie down. I have just a bungee cord I got from Home Depot. It's blue and that tells the length, I don't know, 2 feet maybe, but it turns out to be perfect if I just kind of wrap this around my board, and if I put it back here, that seems to be the sweet spot for me, and friction holds it in place. And then, if we can see, I just come down here and I hook this to a clip that's on the side of my trailer hitch, and then that holds this thing in place. It is secure, solid, and it's not going to slip to the side or fall down while you're rolling the bike up. And then 2 things before you start to roll the bike up. Make sure your pedals are horizontal, because sure enough, if you at the top of this ramp, they're going to catch on the tailgate, and then that's a pain. You got to come back down or do something else. It's hard to get in there. So make sure those are level. And then just like I did in my other video of this bike rack, leave the kickstand down, and you'll see why when we get to the top of the ramp. I'm just going to park the bike on the tailgate on the kickstand. Alright, so you just line the bike up with the ramp, of course. You got your tires between the 2 guide rails, and then I just grab the back of the seat and the handlebars for steering, and I just push it up. Up to here, get the back tire on, and then keep pushing. And then right here, like I said, if you don't have those pedals flat, they're going to catch on your tailgate. So pedals are flat, and then we'll just push it up. And then once it gets on the tailgate, you can just set it on the kickstand to park it for the next step. And just one more look from the other side of the kickstand. So you just park the bike, and then I can climb up to the truck and secure it to the bike rack. But I did all that in the other video, so I'm not going to do it again. So we'll just get a look at rolling back down the ramp. All right, to roll it down the ramp, I found it's easiest to do when you're on the outside edge of the truck. So you're going to reach up and grab the handlebars and get you a good grip on the brake, and then back it down and hold that brake as you're coming down the ramp. It'll get away from you. So coming down the ramp, again, the pedal's got to be flat or you're going to get caught, and then we'll just roll it down the ramp, all the way down the ramp slowly, slowly. Oops, I'm just about to lose it. Not paying attention. Trying to talk about a video and not paying attention. But then roll it down the ramp and you're good. Alrighty, and one last tip. I don't know if this thing would blow out going down the interstate, but just to be safe, I just put my hitch ball in there. So I've always got this thing in the back of my truck anyway. I always have the hitch ball in the back of my truck. Anyway, so I just use that for the extra weight. So it keeps it to where it couldn't blow out if it wanted to. So there's the ramp. I love the ramp for loading. It does make it easier. Sometimes it's almost easier to unload the bikes in the way I did it in the original video. So take a look at both. I've rolled them down the ramp. I've unloaded it without the ramp. So take a look at both and see which you may like. But in any event, these racks are the greatest thing since man-canned beer. So getting the bikes down the road. So please like and subscribe. We appreciate that. It helps grow the channel. And we will see you in the next video.